So this is actually going to be my intro video for Pan That Palette 2018. I'll go ahead, if I am able to, I'll link the playlists or maybe just the intros for 2017, 2016, and 2015's Pan That Palette, but I kind of took the month of January off on panning palettes, so there was no intro video in January. So I'm starting off at the beginning of February. Maybe you saw in my finale for 2017's Pan That Palette video, but I was kind of going back and forth between these three palettes here. The first one that I was thinking about is the Laura Mercier Eye Art Artist palette, and I love this palette. I generally don't reach for it very much just because I don't want to use the shadows up. That's what a little glimpse of this palette looks like here. It's very purple toned and I love the looks that I get out of this palette every single time that I use it. It has a ton of shadow, and I have an idea for another project that I want to do this year that focuses on some of my single shadows. So I'm not going to be panning my Laura Mercier palette, so that one's off the list. I had this second palette here. This one is from Givenchy. This one was actually sent to me through the Octoly website a very long time ago, like a year ago now, I think. But this is the Shimmering Nudes palette, and it does have 6 eyeshadows in here. This one actually had the least amount of shadow. This one has 6 grams, and it really doesn't get very good ratings on the Sephora website, but I actually really enjoy this palette. The problem with this is that a lot of people that use it don't realize that you can use it wet or dry. I definitely prefer using this one wet because it just makes the colors more vibrant, makes the dark ones darker, and makes the shimmery ones super glittery and gorgeous. But I kind of figured that this would be a little bit easy, and a lot of people did mention that I would get sick of this one very quickly. So I think the winner overall is going to be the Lorac Pro 2 palette for 2018. I did pan the original Lorac Pro palette my first year that I was panning. I did finish that entire palette, but I kind of used up all of the shades that I enjoyed using at the beginning of the year, and then towards the end of the year I was stuck with shadows that I just didn't like the black one and the brown one. I think it was Espresso. So I'm gonna try and take a different approach than I took with the original palette, but let me go ahead and show you where I'm at. And this is where I am at the intro, the starting point of Pan That Palette for 2018. You can see I only have pan in one shadow, but I do have some dips in the other ones. I dropped this, it fell mirror side down and half the palette shattered. So I was able to salvage it, and that's why my palette looks kind of messy over on this side. I really haven't used that much out of here, but I did lose a tiny bit of shadow when I did drop this. I do have a photo of how I repressed this and what it looked like before on my Instagram. If you wanted to go over and check it out, I'll leave it down right down here. But anyway, I'm kind of excited to play with this. I haven't touched this in a very long time, but I do know that the Lorac shadows are very easy to pan, and there's a couple different ways that you can hit pan, but just burrowing straight down is very easy in the shimmers. When I repressed these shadows, the navy one, I think I pressed it too hard in there because it's very stiff, but maybe if I work into the shadow a little bit, it won't be as stiff and hard to work with. So we'll just see. As of right now, I just want to finish off all of the shimmers, and I want to hit pan on the navy one because it is so stiff and hard to work with. So for right now, I guess essentially I just want to hit pan on these 3 upper ones here, definitely on navy, but these other 2 I'll probably switch it at some point before the end of the year and just try and finish those off. I just don't think that I can finish off the navy one because it's so hard to work with, but I'll definitely try and hit pan on it. If you guys are panning this palette too, definitely let me know. I should have a couple more videos going out soon. I apologize for the delay. I was traveling a little bit. So anyway, that is it. So I really appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.